Hi, I'm Jane. I love to garden. I live in Utah up against these Wasatch Mountains behind me. And I finally got, you can't see my eyes at all. I finally got a microphone. In this video, I'm going to do some rose pruning in the front yard. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to do some experimenting with the akadama soil and propagate some of the cuttings that I just did. So come along, let's have a good time. It's my first time doing the experiment, but I'm excited. I've been watching a lot of videos on it. I've been watching YouTube propagation channels and Facebook propagation groups. Let's see if I can do it. In this video, I will not show you the result, so stick around for another month and we'll see if it works. These are the roses I'm working on today. I have a bucket of water and clippers, gloves. This one right here, if you can see, I cut it way back. I'm trying to move it to the backyard. I might need to wait for my son to help me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to about a third. And I'm actually going to save, this first rose bush is that gorgeous peachy one. And I'm going to try to propagate it in some cool soil. And then I also have some roses over there to take down. Okay, my son helped me hook up the microphone that my husband got me, and I'm going to work on this rose. I love this rose. I will give you lots of pictures of this beautiful peachy orange rose. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of hack it to begin with. So I'm just going to go to town. Like I said, I'm just going to hack it, and then I'll pay attention to the outward facing and then open up the center a little more. Alright, now we're going to go in there and clean up the dead. I'm going to use my little guys and see if I can try to show you some of the dead here. Okay, can you see the difference between the dead and the clean stuff? This guy, this whole branch here is totally dead. So I'm going to go into the center of it. Try not to scrape too much. There we go. So I just took out that entire section of dead. You guys see the dead coming out? See that? Don't kill me. That is definitely dead. Dry, dead wood. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I've got several dead in the center, and the best way is to open these roses up in the center. Keep going toward the center and get those dead pieces out. More dead out. Here looks really nice, so I might try to propagate that. Okay, the stuff to the right you can see is really quite a bit more open, and the stuff to the left needs so much more space. And let's see if I can show you this without making too many shadows. And it is bumping into the other rose a little much. The other rose is beautiful, but it's keeps reverting. It's not deep enough. Okay, so I'm going to get in and get some of this old dead stuff out. So there's one that's old and dead. There's another one that's old and dead right there. Oh, it's already out. No, it's not. This guy at least down a little bit. That guy can go away. This guy can go down. Lindsay just got home. Hi, Linz. I'm hoping you guys can see the shape that I'm doing here. Okay, look how good. You see the open center? We've still got fine tuning to do, but I'm pretty happy with that open shape. I have taken out quite a bit of this rose. Okay, we still got a lot of dead stuff on the sides. You guys, all you rosarians out there, do you prune this hard every year? Alright, I decided to get a hoe. Sorry about my language. And I'm going to see if I can get some of this out. So this guy here, can you guys see he's an out-facing node? He goes that way. Okay, let's see. This one already has an out-facing. Let's go out-facing to that one. Let's go out-facing to that one. That one is already out-facing. I am going to strip these leaves off. Probably don't need to be that picky. This guy got... Oh, we got some more dead. In the center here, this one looks pretty bad. As you get closer, you'll see even more spots. Okay, we definitely... Can you guys see that dead right there? You definitely see some dead. I might have to get the bigger ones. Some more dead. This one we're going to go to an outward facing. This guy is going towards the center, but I don't want to get rid of him. Uh-oh, scraped a whole bunch of that guy. I guess I better remove him. Can't quite get it with this. There we go. I'm liking this. This looks very good. As I pull 12 more out. Okay, I'm happy with this rose. Let me show you closer what it looks like. Okay, you guys see the empty center, and then around the edge we have lots of sticks. Look at it from this angle. Okay, let's get closer this way. Okay, I took out a lot of the center, and I actually think that still looks kind of congested. So I might take out, I think I'm going to take out this one. You can tell it's diseased. That one there. Might take out this one. I don't know. Maybe just that one, and then just leave it alone. Next step, I'm going to sort all these debris and put some that I want to actually propagate. Reacher, I'm happy with that. Those center pieces, you almost need a saw to get into those old ones. All right, this is going to take me a minute. So I've got all this to sort through. This whole section here looks like those would be some really good pieces to propagate. And that one too. And that one too. Maybe we'll just do that and bring these ones back to the backyard. Let's bring some of that to the backyard and see if we can get some new roots on this with that new cool soil. I keep calling it new. Have you guys used akadama soil before? Do. All right, I'm going to toss all that. Just this. Okay, follow me to the backyard. Okay, part 2 is going to be putting these, cutting them down and putting them in the akadama soil. It's kind of a cactus soil, and I keep seeing it all over Facebook that it keeps working, and people get roots from it easier than perlite and potting soil. So I'm going to try this, you guys. I'm also doing this in February, but if you look close, there's quite a bit of new growth coming on these. So I think they have quite a bit of hormone in them already that they want to grow. And let's go see what they do. Okay, one rose bush done, and tons more in this section to go. But I want to go play and propagate. And behind that trellis right there, that needs to go in there. Okay, I'm on my back porch. I've got a broken washer as a table behind me, a broken greenhouse over there, and I have winter sowing over there, dogs chewing. You guys see this. This is why my yard looks the way it does. Patches, what are you doing? He's chewing up roots. So the winter sowing's over there. Got beautiful mountain views. Look at that, you guys. I'm so spoiled. And then over here, and here's my setup for doing this propagation. Let me show you inside this soil. Let's see if you guys can see that from where you're at. You guys see that? Oh, let's move it a little more. See? That's the hard soil. I'll link it below. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down these branches. This one here is that beautiful peachy orange one I love. And then I got these from the front flower bed. Look how far along that one is. All right, let me bring you closer and I will start cutting these down. All right, let's put my gloves on and start cutting these down to make some beautiful cuttings. So first I want to work with, no, that's just easy, but we'll do that in a minute. Okay, let's work with this one. So some of this big giant stuff is not going to work. Anything too small, I'll probably try to get rid of. I'm going to try to put that right there into some soil. And then I'm taking off the thorns. There's one. I'm not sure that's good enough. This is kind of thinnish up here. So these don't have any leaves on them. So it's kind of hard. Have you guys ever done them dormant like this before? That one's kind of small. All right, give me advice if you have used this soil before. This really cool cactus soil. I'm going to go right under a note there. So there's another one. All these big pieces here, I'm not going to use them, but this one, look at that. Let me see if you guys are seeing what I'm doing here. Okay, no view, but at least you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, we're going to go under, take off these thorns, get rid of the thorns. I'm going to use that as my cutting. Can you guys see that? Oh, a couple more thorns. Okay, that's going to be my cutting right there. So I'll put it in the cutting pile over here. Got one, two. I thought I had a third one. Did it fall? Okay, this big thick crap is not going to work. That one, look. So if you take it on a heel, I heard that does better. I've had some success rooting, but I'm trying to learn from those that know better than me even. Oh, there it is. It got pushed aside. So I have a video already from Kristen. I'm trying to learn from her. And a lot of my comments was, it's too wet, too wet. So I'm going to try that again. And that's why I'm trying this really cool cactus soil, because I think it's going to work. So the cactus soil, I'm going to link, I don't know if I know how to link it, but if you go on Facebook on the rose propagation page, look how pretty that is. There we go. There's a lady on there, and I'll put her name on the screen. She has had success using this soil, like 90% success. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Yes, please. Okay. Need to remember to label these. I think I'll just do it like that. Might go under that one, actually. Okay. Might speed this up. Okay, the last section here that I'm going to do. How does that feel? So a couple people that I watch on YouTube that help with this are Mike Kincaid. He was the first one I started watching. And then the Fraser guy, Fraser Roses. Can't remember his name, but the guy off Fraser Roses. I've been watching them quite a bit. And then I do watch the Facebook group, Rose Propagation Facebook group. When you propagate, you guys need to look at the laws for patent roses. Okay, that's a pretty good section there. All right, let's see. I've got some, can you see everything in here? This is just, has an orange bottom. It does not have anything in it. It's just regular tap water. Here are some clear cups, clearish. I've got the Clonex rooting hormone poured out. I've got my cuttings. And now I'm going to try this really cool soil. All right, so I thought this was supposed to be wet. Right now it's very dry. These cups have holes at the bottom. I'm just going to put some, don't make a mess, this is expensive. Okay, so they were saying like a third of it. Okay, you want to wet that down. Let's put some water into this bin. This is all the stuff I'm using outside. You can have sterile, clean stuff. This came from rainwater a minute ago. There we go. So let me fill up all of these and get them kind of wet first. So this is just to wet them down. I'm not going to keep that much water at the bottom. So there's 3 cups getting some water. All right, if you have taken all these cuttings and you're like, which way's up, which way's down? If you look at a leaf node, it's going to face up. Can you guys see how those are facing up, not down? And this is where the heel was that we took off, and I left a couple of those on there. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put the rooting hormone right here. Okay, and then I'm going to, that one, see that one's nice and wet. I'm going to try to put it in here, guys. Okay, all right, here we go. And then, oh, actually, I did that wrong. I'm only supposed to put a tiny bit in, so I need more of this soil stuff. 2/3 the way. And then you're supposed to put, okay, I'm new at this. It's my first time doing this one. Okay, then you put it a tiny bit in. You do not go all the way to the bottom, because if you go all the way to the bottom, it'll rot a lot easier, is what I was told. Okay, so now that one's done. It's going to stay in a little dish inside, and I'll show you that in a minute. And the dish, they said, is supposed to have like an inch of water, so it's only keeping this area wet. And if your cutting is all the way to the bottom, it's going to rot, is what I was told. And brand new, let's just play. All right, let's see, how much do I want on this one? Okay, let's just stick it in there, guys. Just a little bit down. It's supposed to dry really fast. Just let it dry out. I only have 2. There's a 3rd cup right here. I only have 3 cups. I'm gonna have to go find some more clear cups to do the rest of these. Really hope this works. I need some more of this really cool soil. Kind of an expensive bag of soil, but you can reuse it. What do you think about that cutting, you guys? You think it's going to work with all that stuff up top? Don't know. Get some really good coverage there. And then I'm just going to barely put it in. I need it enough to actually hold the cutting, though. All right, I found 2 more clear cups. I'm actually going to fill these ones. The other ones only had 1 each. I think these ones I'm going to put a whole bunch more cuttings in it. So 2/3 high, maybe. There's some more, and then I'm just going to go to town on these. These ones, I just have cups that aren't clear. I'm just going to use them. Gardening is never a mistake. It's an experiment. I don't want to open a new one. Maybe I'll just stick them right into that. Okay, let's keep going. We need some really cool soil in that. All right, this one is, which way? See, this one's a little harder to tell which way it is. I think that's up, but honestly, I'm not sure. I'm going to use it. Okay, so I found some clear salad containers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put about that much water. That's like a 1/2 inch of water at the bottom of this tray. Let's put it down. It's going to fit only going to fit 3 cups in that one. Probably fit these. There we go. Just fit them in. Look, I can do one more. Don't fall out. You go back on rooting hormone. Better. Okay, not all the way to the bottom. I do not want these to dry out, but I also don't want them to rot. Okay, well, let's see this one again. We're going to put like a 1/2 inch of water. These are my pretty peach ones. Look at that. Oh boy. Would you spray a fungicide on this, you guys? Like a insecticidal super soap? Not sure. Okay. One more spot for another rose. Now they can go under the lights. And look, I have a clear cup. I gotta start saving clear cups if I'm gonna do this some more. All right, I had to move quite a bit around to find space for this. So here we go into my messy sunroom. Do you guys have that much on your sunroom? No? Why? And then this clear table right here, this is where I'm going to put these. There's no heat mat. Okay, I have space for a little bit here. I don't think they need humidity, but these guys have so much. I don't know. I might want to put humidity on that one and that one. What would you guys do? And I'm not supposed to let it dry out. All right, experiment. Here we go. So it's going to stay right there in this room. I need more shelves that go up. I wanted to show you my winter sowing a little closer. Gorgeous mountains, and then down here is a whole bunch. I put a little desk. I put a little bench there so I could take them in and out. So what I do is, when it's not snowing or raining, I have a little bit of water in the bottom. And if these have been in here for, let's say, 2 days, then I exchange it for something like that. And I do that all spring. And then over there, I also have by the fire pit. No, we're not going to burn these, but the kids couldn't figure out how to get them out. Anyway, there's some more. I hope you enjoyed that video. You got to get out while the birds are singing. Oh, it's so pretty out here. Can you guys see the mountains? Let me show you the mountains. I hope you liked the video. Bye, guys. It worked. The akadama soil works. There is proof. Yay! Now I'm going to show you just a couple minutes of my son taking me up the mountains on a drive to find the snow at the top. Bye, guys.